This is Math 6, Lesson 1-1, Understanding Whole Numbers. Standard form is the normal way of seeing a number. It uses digits and place value. For example, 732 would be standard form. A digit is any of the numerals 0 through 9. Place value. In our decimal number system, the place value of a digit depends upon its place or position in the number. Each place has a value of 10 times the place to its right. So in the number 732, the 7 is in the hundreds place, the 3 is in the tens place, and the 2 is in the ones place. Each digit, each place has a value 10 times the one greater. So this is ones, this is tens, which is 10 times 1, this is 100, which is 10 times 10. Here I have a place value chart for you. You'll see where the decimal point is. Anything to the right of the decimal point gets smaller. It's tenths, then hundredths, then thousandths, 10 thousandths, 100 thousandths, and millions. To the left, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10 thousands, 100 thousands, millions, 10 millions, and 100 millions. So we're going to practice finding the place value, or the value of the digits. For example, it says write the value of the digit 2 in each number. So if we look, we have 2 here. If I wanted to place it in my place value chart, there are no decimal points, so the 8 would go in the ones place, the 2 would go in the tens place. So the value of the 2 is 2 tens, or it is 20, because 2 tens does indeed equal 20. If I have 8,672, 8,672, I can clearly see that the 2 here is in the ones position. So I have 2 ones, or 2. The number 12,980, 12,980. The 2 here is in the thousands position, so I have 2 thousands, or it would be 2,000. The value of the 2 is either 2,000s or it is 2,000. 246, the value of the 2 in this number is clearly in the hundreds position. 246, so there are 200s, or the value of it is 200. So as you can clearly see, there's a couple of different ways to say what the value is, but it is clear the value is whatever the place value of that particular digit happens to be, and we use our place value chart to be able to determine that. All right, let's take a look at the following number. That seems like a very, very large number, doesn't it? Okay, if I was going to write this number, I have 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 digits. Okay, 11 digits. So if I go back up to my place value chart, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it goes way past my place value chart, doesn't it? You're like, I don't know if I can even say that. We'll just look at this number, and we'll look at the place value of the digits. This is the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, billions, 10 billions. So this is the 10 billions place value. And I have 2 of them, so I'm just going to read the number. It's 26 billion, because I have 2 10 billion, so that's 20 billion, plus the 6 billion I actually have. So I have 26 billion I'm going to read this number right here. That's 236, and this happens to be the millions place value. So I'm going to read that number as 236 million. Then I'm going to read the next place value, which is these right here, the 848. That's in the thousands. This is your thousands place value. So I'm just going to read that as 848,000. And last but not least, the last set is, and if you look at that, it's 80, because you have 080, which would be 80, so it's 848,080. That is your number, 26,236,848,080. And if you really wanted to be very specific, you have a dollar sign here, so you should put dollars after this, because it's in dollars. Someone is very, very rich. Moving on, comparing and ordering numbers. You can use place value or a number line to compare whole numbers. The numbers from left to right on a number line are in order from least to greatest. The smaller numbers are over here. The bigger numbers are over here. The further to the left you go, the smaller the numbers get. The further to the right you go, the larger they get. They get larger this way, and they get smaller this way. So, we're going to use the less than or greater than symbols to compare whole numbers. To remember which way around the less than and greater than signs go, just remember if the big side is here on the left, it points to the small number here. If the small side is on the left, it's opening to the big side. So if you have a number over here, like if I had something like this, this means 17 is greater than 6. 17 is bigger than 6. The small end always points to the smaller number. The big end always opens to the bigger number. You always read from left to right. So this symbol here is always greater, and this symbol here is always less, because we always read from left to right. So, we can use our place value and use our greater than and less than symbols to be able to compare numbers. The first thing we should do is line up our numbers according to place value, and compare the digits starting with the greatest place value. So we're going to compare each of the following places from greatest to least. So let's take a look at these examples. 129,631, 142,832. So if I was going to look at these numbers and I went 129,631, and underneath that I put 142,832, they both have a 1 in the thousands position. But if I look right here in the hundred thousands position, if I look at the 10,000s position, I notice that 4 is larger than 2, so 142,000 is bigger than 129,000, so my symbol should go that way. If I look at 60,201, 60,102, they both have a 6 in the first place, they both have a 0 in the second place. In the third place value, I have a 2 here and a 1 here. Well, 2 is larger than 1, so 60,201 is larger than 60,102. Now, when you're going to write numbers in order from least to greatest, smallest number to biggest number, we just need to remember that it would probably be best if we wrote them down and vertically so that we could compare the digits. So I have 12,875, I have 12,675, and I have 12,695. So 12,875, 12,675, 12,695. I already know by looking at these, they all have 12,000s, but then I'm looking at 800, 600, 600. Out of the three of these numbers, 800 is the largest number. So if I'm going from small to large, this is my third number. It's the largest number. It has to be number 3. Then to compare the other two, I take 12,675, 12,695. We're going to now compare the tens place. I have a 7 and a 9. 7 is smaller than 9, so 12,675 would be the smallest number. 12,695 would be the second smallest number. So putting these in order from smallest to largest would go 12,675, 12,000. Let me write that again. Because I'm using commas in my numbers, I probably should use semicolons between my numbers. 12,695, and last but not least, 12,875. Notice you can't have too many commas in numbers, so it's probably a good idea to put a semicolon between your numbers so that you're not confusing your commas with other commas. So here, the order would be 12,675, 12,695, 12,875.